If we're talking
Ryan
about
Reynolds movie.
the movie If, Ryan Reynolds, directed by John Krasinski, about imaginary friends.
Which I
The movie,
assume they had growing up. So
the reason why I saw this movie is because everyone was saying, "Oh my god, you're gonna cry and watching this movie, so it's so
why?
emotional." It was nothing of the sort.
No, not at all.
They're like, "It's gonna make you feel like a kid again." No, it did not. Is it a bad movie? No.
No.
Is it a movie that's gonna tug at your heartstrings and do all this? No. It's a kids movie. I thought it wasn't gonna be a kids movie, and it's a kids movie. There's all
Wait, you didn't think it's got imaginary creatures, Ryan Reynolds, John Krasinski. Those they're two silly people.
Cool World
Those
had
silly-
Cool World had cartoons and Brad Pitt.
But that was also rated R.
So
what's this movie rated? What's this movie rated?
I don't know. Could
Oh,
be-
what's rated? What's rated? What's
X.
rated?
It's
What's
rated.
rated? That's right.
it just has the same rating that
PG.
Maxine had.
It's a PG movie. You gotta expect it's a kids movie.
So, but something can make a kids movie like a PG movie and gear it towards adults. It doesn't just because the movie's rated R.
'80s.
Just
Just the
because-
'80s.
Hold on, just because it's rated R doesn't mean that it's an adult movie, right? Or geared towards adult. It could be a PG,
R for pirates.
PG-13,
R.
right? It could be that kind of movie. This was I kind of figured it out halfway through, kind of what was happening in the movie. You have a 12-year-old girl named B who is moving in with her grandmother because her dad's having a heart transplant,
surgery.
right? Or whatever, heart
He was
surgery,
sick
heart transplant,
before,
whatever.
got sick again.
Yeah. And obviously the mom passed away. So she's
Like
living with her grandma for the time, and she starts seeing things. So she's like starting to be awoken back to the imaginary like all the imagination she had when she was a kid, where she started seeing all these imaginary friends. But it's like
that she lost because of her mother passing away.
Yeah, because she lost all.
She had to
that.
grow up.
She lost the connection. Yeah,
She didn't want to be a kid anymore because he kept trying to make her be a child, and she was like, "Nah, I'm already grown, bro. Stop."
Yeah, and then this movie,
much as a child.
This movie made her reconnect. It essentially makes her reconnect to her childhood. But in doing that, she meets
Michael Jackson
Cal.
right now.
She meets Cal, right? Cal is kind of he's connecting. He's kind of governing all these imaginary friends that are living like in an imaginary friend's old folks home, right? And he's trying to get them to reconnect and all this, and they just needed the spark that kind of lights it up and allows them now to start figuring out how to reconnect or find new children to connect to become the imaginary friends of. I thought that was a fine idea. It's a fine idea. It's not a super emotional movie. I thought everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna be crying." And I wasn't, but I think
this is no Coco,
right? But you also get a subdued Ryan Reynolds. He's not Ryan Reynolds like in other Ryan Reynolds movies,
which helps.
Yeah, this movie,
but John Krasinski's character is very Ryan Reynoldsy.
But he's trying. I understand that, but I understand that because he's trying to get his daughter to be childlike again, to enjoy her childhood, right? He's trying to do all that. He still acts like a child so that she can understand that it's okay to still be a kid.
And the thing is with we're gonna spoil it anyways. With the little girl having to grow up, so did her imaginary her imaginary friend when she was a kid had to grow up, and he grew up and did this, which is Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
that's kind of spoilers. I did figure that out like halfway through. Yeah, it makes sense. But
in the beginning, you figure it out because he goes, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time," or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, they try to sixth sense you at the end of the movie. They're like, "Oh,"
and my absolute favorite one is still Keith,
the invisible one,
played by Brad Pitt.
He always plays the invisible people.
He gets the credit in the film. Oh, damn!
That's what.
But I did like that. That's what this movie's point was. It wasn't about hey, we gotta you imaginary friends have to find new kids to be friends of. It's reconnecting with the kids that they had so that they can feel the childlike wonder again, right? It's like anyone can be a child again at any point in life. And that's, I guess, what the story was, that you don't have to give up being a kid. You could still be a kid even if you're an adult. And it was a fine movie. It was directed by John Krasinski, right?
Directorial, no, not debut, because
Not to turn. No, he's
did
relax.
he did that.
He's
He
going
did that.
places. He's going
Yeah,
places.
this guy's new, huh? This guy's good.
Man, let's see what the kid does. Come on.
He's done other movies, but I think this is a good turn into like kids movies.
It's,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
it was
It's
a good kids movie.
yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, but it also was good. It wasn't a horrible movie. It was enjoyable. I liked it. The acting was great. The girl who played B was really good.
What have I seen her in?
She was in The Walking Dead. She played
Oh,
young
yeah.
Ray in The Force Awakens.
She did
That's it.
what?
She played young Ray in The Force Awakens.
So she played
What
the
else?
piano?
Young Ray Charles. She played young Ray Charles.
I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. Yeah. We're doing the mess around.
You're dumb. But overall, I think this was like we said, it was an enjoyable movie. It's Ryan Reynolds is subdued, but does a good job. It is heartwarming. It is, but it's not gonna be one of those unless you're super sensitive. But
Nah.
I
I
think
am not
I think the difference.
sensitive. I am.
Use a bitch.
All right, cool.
Not a classic. It's not going to be a classic.
No. It's not one of
Nah.
those movies that's going to be like, oh my god, we should watch If again every year.
Yeah.
No, but it
Nah.
was a good watch. I like the diversity in the imaginary friends, the different kinds. They had different types. When they had the audition thing, they had all that other. I liked all the characters in the movie. I enjoyed it. I wanted to see.
Which
The
one's
different-
Emily Blunt?
She was
Because if Krasinski's attached.
no, I know
She
she was in it. She was one of the voices.
I
that just
wonder why.
Mm.
Was she the unicorn? I think she was the unicorn.
El unicornio.
I think she was the unicorn.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, you get was it Louis Gossett Jr.?
R.I.P.
He did a voice in it. There's a lot of people that did voices in this, and I the idea for this movie, from what I read and when I was watching about what John Krasinski was saying, is that during the pandemic,
Hey, the octopus was Blake Lively.
during the pandemic,
And Brad Pitt was Keith.
I wasn't lying. It's in the credits.
I thought you were kidding. I
No.
look at the credits.
John Krasinski said he wrote the movie because during the pandemic he started seeing that his kids weren't allowed to be kids anymore, and he started to see them growing up, and so he wanted to write something like that. And I think that I liked where it went with the story. Like, hey, the whole, like, even if you're an adult, you can still have your connection to your childhood, your imaginary friends. I never had imaginary friends, but people.
Have you seen the cast? The cast is on this thing?
Yeah, it's a big long cast. It's a bunch of voices.
Have you seen like the Matt Damon, Sam Rockwell,
Mhm.
George Clooney,
Richard Jenkins, Bill Hader?
Mhm.
They Clooney's in this. Holy crap!
And Brad Pitt.
Stabler, and Stabler, and then Christopher Maloney plays the detective one. He plays the detective guy, the guy from SVU. He plays the detective.
Vince Vaughn's in this.
No, he was cut out, I think.
Bradley Cooper,
Yeah. He plays a little
Ice Cube,
raccoon.
Ice.
The ice with the glass of water.
He plays immigration.
But there's like I'm telling you, I liked all those characters when it really became like, it felt like they were trying to go for a Roger Rabbit type of feel for the movie.
Mhm.
Right? Like, you have humans and you have the CGI, you have the animation, and you have all this other stuff. It's not going to be one. It's not a classic. This movie's just not a classic like Roger Rabbit.
No.
Roger Rabbit
It's
had something
good,
different.
but
Yeah.
yes,
If anything, you should watch in the beginning of the movie, the grandma was watching TV and she was watching that Jimmy Stewart movie.
Mhm.
Harvey Harvey is about an imaginary friend that
Well,
Jimmy
that's-
Stewart has.
Ooh, I didn't catch that.
I had read that they were redoing that movie, and it was John Krasinski with and Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if that's what this.
Oh, is
became.
that what this is? Maybe.
I don't know what this became, but I did
But
hear that.
Harvey is one of my favorite movies.
I mean, if you want to watch another movie, watch Jerry Lewis's Nutty Professor.
You want to watch another movie about imaginary friends? Watch Drop Dead Fred with Phoebe Cates.
That's true.
Yeah, I still think that's a great movie. I like Drop Dead Fred, another
Forgot
imaginary
about that.
friend movie. Drop Dead Fred. Look it up,
okay.
kids.
Hmm.
It's okay.
You shut your mouth.
I mean,
Not Freddy got fingered.
Not Freddy Got Fingered. It's a different movie. Different movie.
well, I saw the director's cut of that one. Never know.
But I really do say like this movie was enjoyable for what it was, and it's a good kids movie, and it's really well directed, right?
Yeah.
Really well directed, and it tells a nice story. It's nothing that's going to be like life changing, but it is enjoyable. I
Yeah,
will. I do
think so.
recommend watching this movie. It's currently I think now on Paramount Plus. It
Yep.
it lasted longer in the theaters than the Kevin
should have.
Costner Horizon movie.
Oh, yeah, that's out already on digital.
It's already out. It was only out for a week, and I'm interested to see that. And I guess all the other movies are on pause now. But this movie is already on Paramount Plus if you want to watch it. It's on streaming. I recommend watching this, and if you have kids, you can watch it with your kids. It's a movie that I think they'll enjoy, and adults will enjoy as well.
Yes, they did. They enjoyed it. They liked Blue, but he was purple.
Played by Steve Carell.
Yeah.
I don't know about adults, but yeah, if you have kids, this is a good kids movie.
Yeah, our other brother went to see it by himself, and he has no kids, so he said it was fine. It was a fine movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's
no
fine.
Little Monsters, but okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, there's other movies in the imaginary friend realm that are that have the same kind of feel, that do the same kind of thing. I recommend it. I recommend it because it's on Paramount Plus. You don't have to go to the movie theaters. You can watch it at home with your kids. You don't have to pay the $40 a head to go to the movies, and then the $70 for popcorn, and then like $50 extra for a small drink.
Yeah, because you
save
got
money.
APR finance for that.
You gotta do all that. But I do recommend watching this. It's on Paramount Plus, directed by John Krasinski, starring Ryan Reynolds.
And if
As
you
I
actively
Brad Pitt.
go to movies, just get yourself on the A list. Simple.
Sponsored by AMC.
Yeah.
KY.
KY jelly. Do you want dong bags? Ooh. Don't forget the KY jelly.
On that note, this has been Vinny.
There's Ozzy.
And
I wish I had
We'll
dong
see you
bags.
guys next time.
what?